The speaker today is Jeremy Huband. He's the Director of Strategy Development, Healthcare, Business and Commercial Banking, UK Corporate Banking, the Royal Bank of Scotland. Jeremy has been with the bank for 28 years and has been working on healthcare customers since 1996. He led the London healthcare team for many years. Currently, Jeremy is working in the UK team, reviewing the bank's approach to the healthcare market. Jeremy also has first-hand experience of owning a care home, and this gave him further insight into the everyday issues and challenges facing care home owners. The title of his talk is, Where Do We Want to Be with Our Care Home? Approaching the Bank. Over to you, Jeremy.
Okay, good afternoon. The first challenge is where to put my glass of water. Something to go there. Okay, I'm Jeremy Huband. I'm Director of Healthcare for RBS Group, which looks after NatWest and RBS. As a bank, we look at healthcare as 9 distinct sectors. We have care homes, we have dom care, we have GPs, pharmacists and dentists, main ones. My main role is looking at lending applications across the bank above a certain level. I have to keep up to date with the 9 sectors, and also I train our staff in healthcare. Currently I'm training 70 staff across this year to look at new build care homes, extensions to care homes, and actually new medical centres as well. Once this training is completed, it will be recognised by the chartered banker and count towards an external examination. I wrote this course. I understand from the brief that my job is to sell as many bank products in the next 30 minutes as possible. I hope I've got the right brief. I do work with the bank. I will mention the odd product, but I'm not here to do that, in case you don't worry. Okay, that's me. Okay. Key topics. Okay, three main areas I want to talk about. How does it look like and feel right now? What is the potential outlook? What are we doing about it? And under living your ambitions, do you have any ambitions for the business? Do we know about them and how we can help? And last bit is keeping things simple. Short joke there. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the economy. I didn't choose these pictures, they're put in there for me. Change, well, there's not much going on at the moment, I would have thought. Time, we've got loads of time. And opportunities will come from time change in the economy. Okay, the landscape. I didn't pick the pictures. That shows the economy crumbling. It's not a good sign. But there are a few encouraging things out there. The bank economists are saying that we are well behind the recovery of previous recessions. It's slowly pulling out. Interest rates are low, which is giving us a false picture of what the economy is actually like. We're seeing disposable incomes down. We believe as a bank that interest rates will stay low until Q4 2016. But there are some green shoots. House prices rose by 0.4 in May, transactions are up 5%, and we're seeing increased spending in pubs and restaurants. We also specialise in the leisure sector. But not seeing HMV and Jessup, people like that are still suffering. George Osborne needs to make another £11.5 billion worth of cuts. That will come from somewhere, so we're on about NHS budgets and care funding. Although as a bank we believe that the people in most need will still be protected by the state. If GDP continues to fall, there'll be less money in overall pots. That might put pressure on things as well. Look at Europe. Half of exports go to the Eurozone. The Eurozone is flat. France is in recession. Portugal and Spain have been bailed out. In the UK economy, we've got a new phrase, which is the zombie businesses, which is businesses just ticking over because their debt's cheap. As a bank, we have a fair number of these clients. In America, they're allowed to fail, and arguably the American economy is coming out of recession quicker. In RBS, 90% of these customers which are suffering, we will keep going, and we'll hopefully look after them and get them out of it, as we were ourselves looked after. So it's going to be hard. Better? Okay, change. I've been in the bank many years. When I applied to Williams & Glyn's, the World Bank wrote back to me and told me I had a job. And there's one thing, certainly in life, it is change. There's been a huge amount of change in social care. We have Panorama, which has changed the way we approach adult care. Castlebet we all know about. We know that the other Panorama programme about the care workers in forest care. We now have residents next of kin using video surveillance on care homes. All change. The biggest supply of care bags, Southern Cross, has disappeared. We're now seeing lots of smaller providers, HC1 being one of them. And as a bank, we're funding lots of the small groups which came out of that. Many of them have got lots of capex. This month, CQC have appointed 5 new directors. The powers of CQC are ever growing. We've got GPs now looked after by CQC, and we now have CQC looking at any care operator with care beds which are difficult to replace. So if you've got a big concentration of care beds in a certain area, CQC will be concerned about your finances and be watching you carefully. They do not want another Southern Cross. We have local authorities referring residents at higher levels of acuity, which is damaging occupancy. As a bank, occupancy has been flat last 2 years, but it has dropped from 3 or 4 years ago. What has changed, what hasn't changed I suppose, is local authority fees. This year we estimate 0 to 1% increase on the local authority part of our book. Okay, landscape. Looking at time. Things we have in common is plenty of time. We go to work, we look for things to do, hardly. Care operators got to face a load of change. In between care planning, records, medication, new arrivals, telephone, inspections from CQC, from county inspectors, from the food, from the fire, staff sickness, staff monitoring, all this stuff. Who do you talk to keep up to date on what's changing in the care sector? Do you talk to other care professionals, your accountant maybe, trade associations? Martin Green from English Community Care Association was supposed to be here today. They do a very good daily update. Do you talk to your friends or do you talk to the bank? In that West Bank, all our healthcare staff have gone through a basic level of accreditation, which has been looked at by a chartered banker and been externally marked and seen as satisfactory. These relationship managers are tasked with going out to visit customers and spend 2 days with customers each year. So they'll come out and they'll work with you. It's called working with you, so that they can get a perception of what you have to go through day in, day out. They realise there's no bank holidays in the care sector. The answer is 24/7, and this is not a sales pitch. This is just those are my guys and girls to understand precisely what you have to face day in, day out. Okay, opportunities and ambitions. Is it simply to survive or just to hang on or to go with the flow? The old saying, if we do nothing, if you do what we've always done, we'll get what we've always got. It's not true in the current market. Things are changing. We encourage our customers to look at their premises. Are they fit for purpose? Do you need to expand or move? 89% of care beds were built before 2000, so the majority of those will probably be non-compliant if you look at the national minimum standards. Are you better than your competitors in your area? Who is building? Where do you want to be?